Hello and welcome back. Today is Wednesday, March 27th. I have your 4 best bets for you. That's 3 player prop plays and 1 same game parlay that I absolutely love on today's action-packed NBA slate ahead of us. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Please leave a like and subscribe down below. Makes me know you like the content. We have an action-packed, like I said, 12-game NBA slate ahead of us. We got some beautiful matchups overall. The end of night, we got Suns Nuggets. We got Rockets OKC before that. Wemby versus Keontae George early on. We have Bulls Pacers, battle of the mid teams going on. You know me, I'll be strapped in for that matchup. We have Clippers 76ers. I always love a James Harden revenge game here. Back in Philly. And then we have Magic's Warriors as well. We got some beautiful matchups overall. I cannot wait to dive into these plays. Before we jump into today's best bets, we got to recap yesterday's action. We have going 1-1 in best bets yesterday. We have just right there for 2-0. De'Aaron Fox fell short for us. He finished the game with 18 points. He had a pretty great first half. I think he had 14 points in the first half. Finished the game with 4 points. Just love to see it. That game was a blowout by the end of it, but man, Fox, you just are not getting the points as you are. Probably just continue to leave him as a road play only, but at home there was a high over-under matchup. Got to love that. He hit the under 18 points. Damian Lillard, the most bet player prop play, and that was for a reason. He had a great matchup overall, and he cashed for us. It did take 2 overtimes for it to cash. Well, 1 overtime, but hey, a winner's a winner. That game was amazing. If you saw me, tweeted out the game was over with like 20 points to go against the Lakers. Can't believe the Lakers came back and won that. They looked like they wanted that win, and they got it. That Bucks team looked gassed in that second half. But that's enough about yesterday's action. We have a beautiful 12-game slate ahead of us, and I have my first best bet for you right here. Going with in the Warriors Magic matchup here today. Over-under's bumped up 1.5 as well. And one player absolutely loves playing this Magic team. He's gotten this over 10 of his last games versus the Magic. And that's Steph Curry. I love his over 24.5 points coming in at minus 135 on ESPN Bet. Let's jump into it. He's playing a Magic team that allows the 5th most points to the point guard position. Beautiful. Steph Curry coming off a 17-point game against the Heat last night. Hey, they didn't need him at all in that game. At all. He's gotten this over 3 of his last 5 overall, though. So, hey, you got to love the recency on that. He's gotten this over 3 of his last 3 games versus the Magic, averaging 35.3 games. He's gotten this over 10 of his last 11 games versus the Magic. But the only lowest scoring game he had was 23 points against the Magic. Got to love this matchup for Curry. He's gotten this over 3 of his last 5 games versus the Eastern Conference with a 70% hit rate on the season against the East. So, Eastern Conference team coming off a 17-point game where they didn't need him at all. It was a Clay game, and tonight is going to be a Curry game. I can feel it. Gotta love it. He's gotten this over 6 of his last 10 games overall, averaging 24 points per game. Like I said, coming off a 17-point game. On back-to-backs this year, he's gotten this over 6 of his last 10 games, averaging 26.6 points per game. I think this line's going to stay around here overall. Probably will go up to 26 sometimes when you look at it. Might just hover around 25.5 points. I like the 25-plus points. Obviously, I think this is a smash play for him overall. As I said, he's gotten this over 10 of his last games playing Orlando. He loves playing this Magic team. This game's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a close game, so I think Steph Curry is going to be needed to score points here. I love his over 24.5 points. For my second best bet is going to be in the Rockets-Thunders matchup, and probably my favorite bet of the day. Going with the guy, it's been cold these last 3 games, but 3 games is just enough for him on the season. He always bounces back. And that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I love his over 29.5 points coming in at minus 125 on DraftKings. Just like the Curry line, I think this line could have been bumped up by the time I made this, but I love if you can get to 30-plus points that you can go to the alt line, or if you're on FanDuel or DraftKings, it's like you scroll under the alt line, 30-plus points. Love it there. Like the over 31.5 points, but 30-plus points I feel comfortable at and feeling great. He's gotten this over 5 of his last 10 games. Like I said, 3 straight games here where he's not gotten the over, so he's due to hit his over. The last time he had 3 straight games this season and was needing a bigger high-scoring game, he was playing the Houston Rockets. He scored 36 points in that game, so beautiful spot here. History is on our side. Houston is allowing the 2nd most points to the point guard position in the last 30 games, so they've been bleeding points to the point guard position. Shai needing a win, hasn't scored that well these last few games, Prime bounce back spot overall. He's gone this over 6 of his last 8 games versus the Rockets, averaging 33.3 points per game and 3 straight 30-point games this season. So you got to love that. He has a 79% hit rate at home this season, averaging 31.3 points. Got to love that. He's gone this over 4 of his last 5 home games as well, averaging 30-plus points per game. He has a solid volume in these last 5 games, even though the ball hasn't been falling through. He's averaging 20-plus shots in these last 5 games, so ton of volume overall, high over-under game. The Rockets have been sneaky really good these last 9 games. They're 9-1, so this game's going to be really fun overall. I think they're going to be leaning into Shea here to get his points, so I love his over of 29.5 points. For my third best bet is going to be in that Suns-Nuggets matchup to cap the night here. Always got a late capper game for you. And I love this game overall, and I've been sticking with this guy every single time he's played the Nuggets here, and it shows profitable overall. Going with Kevin Durant, 25-plus points, coming in at minus 130 on FanDuel. Let's dive into it. He's playing a Nuggets team that allows the 12th most points to the power forward position. Not in the top 10, but hey, just right there with points overall. So he has a great matchup here. He's gotten this over 2 of his last 2 games versus Denver this season, averaging 32.5 points. He had his most recent game against them. He had 35-plus points. He's gotten this over 8 of his last 10 games versus the Nuggets. So beautiful. Love to see that. The only game he didn't get when he didn't get 25-plus points, the 2 games, he had 24 and 23 in those spots. So he absolutely balls out against the Nuggets. Big-time players, big-time games. You always hear me say that, and you probably hear Sketch say that as well. He's gotten this over 4 of his last 5 games on one-day rest, averaging 29.4 points per game. 77% hit rate with 1 day's rest in between. So got to love that overall. I think it's going to be a great game overall. The Suns need this. They've been losing in the standings here. Kevin Durant at home. Bradley Beal's a little questionable coming into this matchup, so I feel like they're going to lean heavy on KD and Booker like they normally do, but KD, 25-plus points. Got to love that at a lower number. Love is over 25-plus points. For my fourth best bet, I'm going to be using my DraftKings risk-free same-game parlay here. Going to be in that Bulls-Pacers matchup. Got to love it when these two teams, high over-under game on the day. Close spread, about 235 over-under. Close spread, 3.5 here. Bulls coming off of a bad game here, so got to feel like the Bulls bounce back. And it's Benny the Bull's birthday. Come on. If you want to take a team money line, I don't take them often. Probably will be sprinkling Bulls money line. Definitely when they go down like 10 early on like they normally do, but 3+ plays here for plus 198 odds. Let's jump into it. Halliburton, 10+ assists. I love that today. He's playing the Bulls team that allows the 8th most assists to the point guard position. We're done taking Hallie's points. We're focused on just assists here. He's gotten this over 5 of his last 6 games versus the Bulls, averaging 12.8 assists per game. He's at assists of 13, 20, and 14 in that span. Love that. He's gotten this over 3 of his last 5 games overall, averaging 10.2 points. It's right at that threshold because you can't do anything lower than minus 300. It's minus 280. Other books, this is like minus 340, so we got a nice value here on Halliburton, 10 assists. The second play is going to be Ayo Dosunmu, 15+ points. He has a great matchup as well. He plays a Pacers team that allows the 3rd most points to the shooting guard position. Hey, Kobe White is back in the lineup here. This Bulls team is going to probably insert Caruso in the starting lineup, so they're going to need Ayo here to step up in points and push the pace of play. And he's done that a lot against this Pacers team. He's got us over 2 of his last 2 games versus the Pacers, averaging 17.5 points this season. I think he's got this over 3 of his last 4 versus the Pacers overall. So even when he was a bench role, he has a proven history of scoring 15+ points. They allowed, like I said, the 3rd most points to the shooting guard position. He's coming off of this game 2 low-scoring games. He had a game of 14 and 12 overall. But the shot attempts the last game was the fewest in 10 games, so I like this bounce back spot here. Ayo doesn't go this quiet for so long here. I wouldn't mind changing into Vooch in this play, but he's burned us these last few days, so I'm not touching him. Ayo, 15+ points. Then we're going Miles Turner, 15+ points. He's only gotten this over 2 of his last 5 games, only averaging 15.2 games, but the last 2 games he scored 20+ points, and he's absolutely dominated this Bulls team. It seems like the Bulls, they throw Caruso on Pascal Siakam. They let Hallie run around and do his thing, but they leave Miles Turner open in this matchup. He's gotten this over 6 of his last 6 games versus the Bulls, averaging 21.7 points per game. You have to go back to 2022 if you want him to have a game that was less than 15 points. So that's a long time ago. Like I said, And the Bulls will have the 12th most points to the center position, so it's a pretty good matchup overall for Turner. Like I think, I'm not afraid of any of the Bulls' center defenders. I think Caruso's going to get that Pascal Siakam treatment, so I think Miles Turner's going to have a clear as day game here. I like this 3+ plays for plus 198 odds on DraftKings. Those are my 4 best bets for you in the NBA tonight. As always, I appreciate the like and support these last few days. Been a lot of fun posting these plays for you on YouTube. Hopefully continue that for the playoffs, and hopefully we get hot here. I absolutely love this card today. Now watch that come back and bite me because I've loved the card the last few days. But these plays here, I'm trusting the spots here overall. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week overall. Can't wait to see you guys later on. Hopefully these plays smack for you. Please make sure to follow my Twitter at @TheWhittler just to watch me tweet out during the games as we go on back and forth. As always, hope you're having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling. I will see you in the next one.